everybody, how are you? My name is Chef Rob. Today we're going to make a grilled swordfish on the grill, and you can do it indoors or outdoors, and it's going to have a fresh citrus zest. It's going to have fresh basil, and we're going to toast up some pine nuts for a topping. It's going to be really delicious. First thing we're going to do, let's make that pesto. The one thing that you always want to do with nuts is take these, either put them into the oven or put them into a little pan just like this, and I'm just going to go put these on the stove, and I'm just going to toss them just like this. Just give them about 3-4 minutes, and they're going to be nice and toasted. That will bring out the nut flavor. So these nuts here, they just need a few minutes. If you're putting them in a pan like this, just get a nice little coating to it where they're toasted, and then just stop. You don't want to burn these because they are very, very expensive. Okay, so let's take our fresh basil, beautiful basil, just like this. I want to take the stems off, and then we're going to put these into a blender. Everything is going to go right into a blender. And if you have any leaves left at the bottom, these are all good. Just kind of take those off, and they're going to get all blended up as well. And then we're going to add the remaining ingredients, and then we will go and grill some swordfish. Okay, so I'm just going to give this just a little bit of a rough chop. So this is one bunch here, and you could use this for up to probably 4 pieces of swordfish. Okay, this is really good on a chicken breast as well. Okay, let's put this right into the blender. Okay, we're going to add 1 clove of garlic. So I'm just going to give it just a little chop, just so it gets mixed in really well. We're going to zest up some lemon. I want to use the zest of 1 lemon and 1 orange. It's going to give it really, really good flavor. As I'm zesting this, I'm just going to go over some things about swordfish. Swordfish is really low in calories and fat. It's a sweet flavored meat and very tender. Swordfish you will find mostly in the Pacific, the Mediterranean, and the Atlantic. So you can get swordfish in the summertime right on Long Island, which is just absolutely delicious. One important thing about swordfish though is make sure you don't buy it frozen. A piece of frozen swordfish can make it really tough and almost like a stringy type texture. You don't want to buy swordfish that is really, really large. If it's large and comes from a 50-pound swordfish, it is going to be a little bit on the tougher side. So when you're at the seafood market, you can ask and just say, is this from a smaller fish or a larger fish? Okay, and that will help you with your purchase. So when you are grilling your swordfish, you want it to finish at about 130 to 135 degrees, and then just let it rest. Okay. Typically a 1-inch cut swordfish is going to take about 3 to 5 minutes on each side on the grill. Okay. And then of course just let it rest. You never want it to be dull in color or brownish, okay, because that means it's getting old. So always check the bloodline. It should be nice, bright red. And you can look right in here. Okay, see how it's a nice deep color in there? Very, very fresh. And this here is about a 1-inch swordfish. This recipe would make up to 2. I am just going to grill the 1 swordfish, a little bit on the larger side, so I have enough of the topping that I can put on at the end. Okay, all this zest is all done. Let's just put this right into the blender with the basil and the garlic. Get everything in here. Comes out just like a pesto. It will just kind of give you that type of a consistency. I'm going to put in a little bit of kosher salt, about a 1/2 teaspoon, and about a 1/2 teaspoon fresh ground black pepper. So a couple of good twists to this. now we're going to turn this on and we're going to gradually add in a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to throw this on. Okay, that is good. So see how that looks, just like that. Put that into a bowl, and then we're going to add in some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. You can add up to about 1 cup of fresh grated Parmesan cheese. And then we will start preparing our swordfish. I have the grill on already, so it will be ready to go right on the fire. And then just kind of give this a little mix just like this. And this topping on top of the swordfish is excellent. And just kind of get in the corners there, bring all that Parmesan cheese in there. Okay, good. Okay, with the swordfish. So the swordfish, we want to just brush both sides with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So I'm just going to put that on there. I'm actually going to take a brush, put that on here with the oil, a little kosher salt, and then a little black pepper. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to take my gloves. Either gloves or have a pair of tongs handy, anything like that, because you don't want to have that fish on your hands. Just a little bit more oil, just a dot. Just brush that on here. And now a little bit of kosher salt and the fresh ground black pepper. And we're going to go through this on the barbecue. Let this grill for about 3, 4, 5 minutes on each side. Okay, so let's just slide this right on the grill. Get some really nice grill marks on here. And we'll leave it for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so let's just flip this over. Got some beautiful grill marks on there. We're just going to shut this lid and finish it cooking. Should be about another 4 minutes. So our swordfish is done, just came off the grill. You want to let that rest for just a little bit. And then when you're serving it, you just take some of this fresh citrus basil sauce. It's just like a pesto. And you just kind of brush it on here. You're going to have extra pesto, so if you want to cut this recipe in half, you can. Or just save it. You'll probably get about another 4 or 5 days out of it. So if you have some more fish, different types of fish, you can put it on. Okay, the green on here just really looks really good. And then I like to just take some of the toasted pine nuts and just kind of sprinkle it on here. And when you're making a traditional pesto, you would take the pine nuts and just put it right in the blender with it. But I like the pine nuts on top. They just look really good. I'm just going to decorate this plate. I'm just going to take some fresh slices of lemon and then a few slices of orange. And just make the plate really beautiful, especially if you're having company or you're making a special dinner at home. A lot of people are doing a lot of cooking at home these days. So what you can do is just kind of rotate this. Just like that. You can keep it going as far as you want. I always thought color on the plates really makes it look really, really good. And then take a few pieces fresh basil. Just kind of drape it over here. And then you have a really delicious dinner. You could always do roasted potatoes, some grilled corn on the cob, whatever may be in season. Stuffed tomatoes. So I hope you'll make this and enjoy it with your family and friends. And if you want some other ideas for different fishes that are mild in flavor, just like the sword, Cod is very mild in flavor. Sole, halibut, and sea bass is very mild and delicate flavor. And enjoy this. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.